Today I'm going to talk about problems with the FJR. But before we get into some of the FJR problems, here's some interesting travel that I did to Cleveland, Ohio. And this is home of Superman. So if you're a Superman fan, do check out Cleveland, Ohio. I didn't know it was the home of Superman, but this is where it was invented. So Cleveland was a recent business trip that I had to do last week. Fantastic visit. I spent about 6 days there, and really, it was first time in Cleveland, and I loved the scene there. It was very, really good bar scene, really good food. Tried out Texas to Brazil for the first time. It was a Brazilian steakhouse. It was okay. It was like $60 a dinner, all you can eat. But I feel Texas barbecue is much better. But anyway, getting back to the FJR, here's the FJR and it's all its glory. But I've had quite a few problems with it for the last 2 months. What happened was it failed to start. So I put it on hold for about 2 weeks. I was riding the MTO's 9. I didn't ride the FJR for 2 weeks, and then I couldn't. And then all of a sudden, it would not start. I then recharged the battery. That didn't work, and then I also tried to replace the ignition. Actually, the first thing I would do, I tried to reset the codes. That didn't work. There's a way to reset the code. That didn't work. Then I tried to replace the starter relay. That no luck with that, and so it wasn't an issue with the starter relay. Then I called up my dealership, and the dealership told me to replace the battery. So I took the old battery in. He tested it. Now he said I need a new battery, so I spent $160 there, putting in the new battery. That didn't solve the problem. Then this kept on going for about 2 months. So I couldn't ride the bike for 2 months, and then finally, I thought it was an alarm issue because my motorcycle has an alarm. So I looked into the alarm and I realized my fob key needed to be recharged. So I got the charging unit for that, spent about $10 on that to get that recharged. That didn't work. So really, trial and error, it just never worked. So then I just got sick of it. And then I basically just took the bike to the dealership earlier on this week. Because I couldn't fix the problem myself. So I took it to the dealership and they were able to get it fixed. And it turns out that what happened was the alarm the alarm was not charged. So I got the alarm charged, but then in the process, the alarm was deactivating the fuel pump. So basically, the fuel pump, when the battery got replaced and when I recharged the alarm, the fuel pump got deactivated, and when you turn the ignition, the fuel pump wasn't priming. So what happens when you can start you turn on the ignition, the bike, you can hear the bike crank, but it doesn't start because the fuel pump is not kicking in. So basically, the dealer lifted up the tank. He then took out the old wires. There are two wires connected from the alarm system to the fuel pump. He disconnected that, and then he made he reconnected the fuel pump to trigger the fuel pump to work, and that starts. So really, it was a fuel pump issue. The wiring, the alarm system was not set up right. It was incorrectly wired. So anyway, we recharged the fob key, and so the alarm's still in there right now. But it's just a matter of lifting up the. If I ever run into this issue, if you ever run into this issue again, you just lift up the fuel tank. You'll see two wires connected to underneath the fuel. And I don't have pictures here. I should have got some pictures, but the dealer was working on it. So you just connect those two. You make a connection, you remove the wires and you make a connection between the two switches, and then that should basically re-kick in the fuel pump. So it's really a fuel pump issue. You just got to make the fuel pumps connect together, because right now my alarm system is disconnecting them with two wires, but you just remove the wires and you connect the fuel pump to prime the fuel pump, and then it starts. So anyway, bottom line is I've got the bike working. I'm so glad it's working right now, and I can't wait to I'm going to be taking 2 weeks off from work, So I'm going to be doing some long distance rides, probably Yosemite, Sierra Nevadas, pull out the FJR for these long distance rides. It's going to be really great. I've been riding the MT-09 around, but the MT-09 is not geared for these long distance rides, so I'm really looking forward to getting out. So anyway, I'll close the video with Superman here, and then just a quick picture of this Yamaha where I put in the new battery. So you guys have a good one. Cheers.